All right, guys, so we got an absolutely loaded episode for you guys. Some unexpected news, some big updates for the Baltimore Ravens. We got a Ravens rookie dealing with an injury, a big update on Pro Bowl wide receiver Zay Flowers. Plus, the Baltimore Ravens just wrapped up their rookie minicamp. We got the top takeaways. Malachi Starks, Mike Green, and others flying around looking really good in that purple and black. Justin Tucker was just released by the Baltimore Ravens. Plus, the Baltimore Ravens just signed another veteran to their roster. Plus, we got salary cap updates and more. So welcome into another episode of Ravens Reports. It's your guy Noah here with For the Flock. As always, bringing you guys our top 5 news reports and storylines coming out of our Baltimore Ravens today. Let's go ahead and dive into the content because we have so much to talk about. At number 1, Justin Tucker officially released. A long tenured history with the Baltimore Ravens, has won several games for the Ravens, won a Super Bowl. He was the last remaining player on the Ravens roster that won the last Super Bowl with the Ravens back in 2012. He is now released. It's important to notice that there was no mention of allegations or misconduct in the statement that was released by Eric DeCosta. The reality is he cost the Baltimore Ravens several games last year. Out of those 5 losses, you can trace back to every single one of them one or multiple missed field goals that changed the trajectory of the game. If Tucker hadn't missed some of those kicks, the Ravens could have easily had 3, maybe 4 more wins under their belt and had the number 1 seed for the second year in a row. But the reality is Justin Tucker, he missed a lot of field goals, even extra points last season, had his worst season as a professional. Plus, we know the Baltimore Ravens just drafted a rookie kicker in the 6th round, Tyler Loop, who is really showing off and impressing in rookie minicamp. I think, in my personal opinion, when the coaching staff and Eric DeCosta and all them saw him up personal, I just believe that they had all the confidence and they made a football decision. Also cleared up some salary cap. The investigations into Justin Tucker by the NFL have not been revealed yet. They just decided to go ahead and move on from Tucker because apparently he's been in the building, which kind of, makes an awkward vibe for the other kicker with the competition there. But I think they just wanted a clean slate, give Tucker time to find a new team. They released him with a post-June 1st designation. Here was the statement. Sometimes football decisions. Notice how they start off the statement with, hey, this was a football decision, not a off-the-field misconduct, right? And I also think that protects them from the future. If Justin Tucker comes back cleared, he can't say, well, no, I was never proven guilty and you released me because of these allegations, right? They're saying that, hey, this is a football thing. Sometimes football decisions are incredibly difficult, and this is one of those instances. Considering our current roster, we have made the tough decision to release Justin Tucker. Justin created many significant and unforgettable moments in Ravens history. His reliability, focus, drive, resilience, and extraordinary talent made him one of the league's best kickers for over a decade. We are grateful for Justin's many contributions. While playing for the Ravens, we sincerely wish him and his family the very best in the next chapter of their lives. So here's what it means for a salary cap, from a salary cap standpoint. Post June 1st, the Ravens will receive cap space of $2.1 million for Marcus Williams, who they released with a post-June 1st designation. $4.2 million for Justin Tucker. Nice little savings there. Plus $1.255 million for Michael Pierce's retirement. So the Ravens got some cash coming their way. If you add that up, that's a nice little chunk to sign a notable veteran. If a post-June 1st cut comes from another team, or if the Ravens want to make an in-season trade, as they typically do when they are competitors. At number 2, the Baltimore Ravens. They had their rookie minicamp from May 3rd to the 5th. It's officially over. And we got some nice clips coming out from the Baltimore Ravens. Also, some of the reporters, shout out to them. But I tell you what, Mike Green looks good. I don't know about that number 45. Still trying to get used to 45 for him as a pass rusher. I like those 90s numbers for the pass rushers. But Green looking good, flying around. He looks explosive. He looks big. And I don't know if you guys saw his interview, but he looks stockier than I thought. Like, he's got a nice filled-in build, but also has the natural athleticism and speed. So I'm excited about Green. One of my other guys that I thought really looked good just from clips, his movement skills, his explosiveness, and his physique is Teddy Buchanan. We know this guy, over 100 tackles and 5 sacks last year. You don't have that type of production on accident. This guy is an explosive playmaker that will be pushing Trenton Simpson for a starting job next to Roquan Smith. There's no doubt about it. There's open competition there at linebacker. Buchanan looks really good. Malachi Starks was flying around. We got a couple of clips of him with just a natural hands that just kind of plucked the ball out of the air. He was incredible in college with his ball skills, making acrobatic catches. We saw the highlights out of Georgia. And then LaJohntay Wester looks good as well. He had some nice route running on display. There were some clips of him returning some kicks, punts. So I'm excited about Wester, man. It looks like some of these picks are really going to work out for the Ravens. I know it's early, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And they're just stacking, they're building, they're getting in there. And before you know it, it'll be mandatory minicamp, just a few weeks, and then training camp. And I can't wait to see these guys going with live rounds, just going at it with some of the veterans. Speaking of veterans, at number 3, the Baltimore Ravens signed a very notable veteran, the offensive tackle, Joseph Noteboom. Here's what John Harbaugh had to say about him.
Yeah, to get Joseph Noteboom in here, a veteran, played, talented guy, played both sides. Really to focus probably as a swing tackle as much as anything for us. I mean, that's kind of where we really need that veteran presence as a swing tackle, play both sides. And then, he could pop down in there and guard, but I think we'll be focusing on tackle. But really big signing for us. We're really excited. Talked to him last night. He's fired up. He's excited to be here, Luke.
Noteboom actually spent his entire 7-year career with one team, with the Rams, playing at both guard and tackle. He's played both tackle positions. He's played everything but center, I believe. Played 71 career games with 35 starts. So he's been a true consistent backup where literally half of the games that he's played in, he has started. He's had to get in there. And, he's just been a chess piece on the offensive line. He's played some quality level left tackle for the Rams and held up there against some of the league's best pass rushers. I'm not saying he's a consistent starter, but this guy has the ability to get in there at either one of those tackle positions and, give your offensive line and your quarterback a fighting chance. John Harbaugh said that Noteboom was fired up about, coming into Baltimore. So I think it's a great signing, really adds some depth and shores up that offensive line. The Ravens offensive line room is really everyone that I think is going to be on the roster, on the 53-man roster, is already on here. It's going to be hard to make this team as an undrafted free agent. Even the 7th-round pick and Garrett Dellinger is going to have a hard time trying to make it on this roster. The Ravens drafted 3 offensive linemen, Carson Vincent, Emory Jones, and Dellinger. And speaking of Emory Jones, who was the Baltimore Ravens' highest drafted offensive lineman, he has an injury. He was the 3rd-round pick. He has a labrum issue and will not be practicing probably until training camp is when they're looking to have him right.
A little while, he had a labrum shoulder issue that I think you guys were aware of, and so when that's I don't think it's gonna clear up now. Probably be looking at training camp, maybe earlier, but we'll just have to see how he goes. So he's not gonna practice in the immediate future.
It's a little bit of a bummer for me because I was really hoping that he would get in here, get his feet wet, start, just attacking, these reps and learning and getting coached up so that way he had a chance to compete for one of the guard spots. However, he's going to be a little bit behind the curve, I think Andrew Voorhees is going to have the advantage at left guard. He'll probably start, in my opinion. And then we'll see what happens at right guard. The Baltimore Ravens got a lot of starts out of Daniel Falele last year, so they'll probably keep him there in the last year of his deal. But let me know what you guys think about that offensive line in the comments section below. At number 4, big update on a Pro Bowl, the first ever homegrown drafted wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, Pro Bowl wide receiver Zay Flowers. We know he could not strap up against those Buffalo Bills in that divisional round. Things could have been different if he did. Ifs, ands, buts, right? Such a disappointing game when you look back at it, how the Ravens, move the ball up and down the field, but with the turnovers and everything, just let the game slip right away. Let us fall right out of their hands. Could have been in another AFC championship against the Chiefs for the 2nd year in a row. However, Zay Flowers was not able to strap up due to that injury, the knee injury. And he missed the last few games of the season, never returned. And John Harbaugh said that he did not end up needing surgery, but that he's been rehabbing it, and he should be good to go whenever they strap up here upcoming for mandatory minicamp. I'm excited about this Ravens wide receiver core in general. Rashad Bateman with the breakout he had, over 700 yards and 9 touchdowns. Zay Flowers over 1,000 yards. And then you got the veteran upgrade, DeAndre Hopkins, over for wide receiver 3. I think that's a clear improvement on the last wide receiver 3 we had in Nelson Aguilar. Then you have second-year speedster Devontae Walker, who's trying to stretch the field, LaJohntay Wester, who you just drafted, plus the Ravens brought back Tylan Wallace, who can make some plays in a pinch as well. We saw what he did against the Buffalo Bills in that divisional round. So I'm excited about this Ravens wide receiver core. You know how diverse it is. They have true depth. A lot of playmakers for Lamar, plus the tight ends, plus the running backs, Derrick Henry, Justice Hill. The offensive line is, really kind of shaping into form, and there's a lot of competition there. So I'm excited about this offense as a whole. Third year of Todd Monken. But Zay Flowers, great news. He should be good to go. Recovering from that injury from last season. At number 5, just want to show you this little clip from our guy, Anias Peebles. He's quickly turned into a fan favorite. We had the clip of him doing the worm at the Senior Bowl. He's just a real, football guy. He's just a dog. He has that mentality about him, that alpha personality, and just brings a little bit of bite to the Ravens defense, which I like. A little bit of that sharp edge, which we've seen in the past with some other Ravens defenders. Kind of how Roquan Smith is a little bit, and we know how Kyle Hamilton can be, how scrappy he gets on the field. I like scrappy guys, But Peebles seems like a scrappy guy. Here's his mentality when it comes to rushing the passer.
As a pass rusher. It's kind of just on what the offensive linemen's giving me. I kind of pride myself in being able to do a lot. And with that being said, it kind of just goes against who I'm going against, the personnel, and, the kind of ball player he is, and the film I watched earlier that week.
So not only does he have that mentality, but he talks about how he studies the offensive lineman and uses whatever moves, pass rush moves, that would work best against that offensive lineman. I love the mental, cerebral aspect of his game that he was talking about. Plus, if you guys didn't see, Peebles had a 91.2 pass rush grade in 2024, which was the highest among all defensive tackles in college football last season. Eric DeCosta says he sees him as a third down sub rusher. He also had over a 12% pressure rate and a sub 5 40-yard dash. Really good stuff from Peebles. I'm excited to see if he gets on the field early as a rookie and has some impact next to Matabike as an interior rusher. And then we got Mike Green screaming off the edge and Owe in the final year of his deal. Man, a lot of optimism for this team. I can't wait to see what it looks like when these guys get out in the field. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button if you got any value out of today's content. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all, and we'll see you in the next video.
When he wasn't looking, he ran me over.